Esau's family. This is the family history of Esau, also called Edom. Esau married women from the land of Canaan. He married Adah daughter of Elon the Hittite. And he married Oholibamah daughter of Anah. Anah was the son of Zibeon the Hivite. And he married Basemath, Ishmael's daughter, the sister of Nebaioth. Adah gave Esau one son, Eliphaz. Basemath gave Esau Reuel. And Oholibamah gave Esau Jeush, Jalam and Korah. These were Esau's sons who were born in the land of Canaan. Esau took his wives, his sons, his daughters, and all the people who lived with him. He took his herds and other animals. And he took all the belongings he had gotten in Canaan. And he went to a land away from his brother Jacob. Esau and Jacob's belongings were becoming too many for them to live in the same land. The land where they had lived could not support both of them. They had too many herds. So Esau lived in the mountains of Edom. Esau is also named Edom. This is the family history of Esau. He is the ancestor of the Edomites, who live in the mountains of Edom. Esau's sons were Eliphaz son of Adah and Esau, and Reuel son of Basemath and Esau. Eliphaz had 5 sons, Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, and Kenaz. Eliphaz also had a slave woman named Timna. Timna and Eliphaz gave birth to Amalek. These were Esau's grandsons by his wife Adah. Reuel had 4 sons, Nahat, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizzah. These were Esau's grandsons by his wife Basemath. Esau's third wife was Oholibamah. She was the daughter of Anah. Anah was the son of Zibeon. Esau and Oholibamah gave birth to Jeush, Jalam and Korah. These were the leaders that came from Esau. Esau's first son was Eliphaz. From him came these leaders, Teman, Omar, Zepho, Kenaz, Korah, Gatam, and Amalek. These were the leaders that came from Eliphaz in the land of Edom. They were the grandsons of Adah. Esau's son Reuel was the father of these leaders, Nahat, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizzah. These were the leaders that came from Reuel in the land of Edom. They were the grandsons of Esau's wife Basemath. Esau's wife Oholibamah gave birth to these leaders, Jeush, Jalam and Korah. These are the leaders that came from Esau's wife Oholibamah. She was the daughter of Anah. These were the sons of Esau, also called Edom, and these were their leaders. These were the sons of Seir the Horite, who were living in the land, Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anah, Dishon, Ezer and Dishan. These sons of Seir were the leaders of the Horites in Edom. The sons of Lotan were Hori and Homam. Timna was Lotan's sister. The sons of Shobal were Alvan, Manahath, Ebal, Shepho, and Onam. The sons of Zibeon were Aiah and Anah. Anah is the man who found the hot springs in the desert. He found them while he was caring for his father's donkeys. The children of Anah were Dishon and Oholibamah daughter of Anah. The sons of Dishon were Hemdan, Eshban, Ithran and Keran. The sons of Ezer were Bilhan, Zaavan and Akan. The sons of Dishan were Uz and Aran. These were the names of the Horite leaders, Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anah, Dishon, Ezer and Dishan. These men were the leaders of the Horite families. They lived in the land of Edom. These are the kings who ruled in the land of Edom before the Israelites ever had a king. Bela son of Beer was the king of Edom. He came from the city of Dinhabah. When Bela died, Jobab son of Zerah became king. Jobab was from Bozrah. When Jobab died, Husham became king. He was from the land of the Temanites. When Husham died, Hadad son of Bedad became king. Hadad had defeated Midian in the country of Moab. Hadad was from the city of Avith. When Hadad died, Samlah became king. He was from Masrekah. When Samlah died, Shaul became king. He was from Rehoboth on the Euphrates River. When Shaul died, Baal-Hanan son of Akbor became king. When Baal-Hanan son of Akbor died, Hadad became king. He was from the city of Pel. His wife's name was Mehetabel daughter of Matred. Matred was the daughter of Me-Zahab. These Edomite leaders came from Esau. They are listed by their families and regions. Their names were Timna, Alva, Jethet, Oholibamah, Ilah, Pinion, Kenaz, Teman, Mibzar, Magdiel and Iram. These were the leaders of Edom. Esau was the father of the Edomites. The area where each of these families lived was named after that family. Joseph the Dreamer. Jacob lived in the land of Canaan, where his father had lived. This is the family history of Jacob. Joseph was a young man, 17 years old. He and his brothers cared for the flocks. His brothers were the sons of Bilhah and Zilpah, his father's wives. Joseph gave his father bad reports about his brothers. Joseph was born when his father Israel, also called Jacob, was old. So Israel loved Joseph more than his other sons. He made Joseph a special robe with long sleeves. Joseph's brothers saw that their father loved Joseph more than he loved them. So they hated their brother and could not speak to him politely. One time Joseph had a dream. When he told his brothers about it, they hated him even more. Joseph said, "Listen to the dream I had. We were in the field tying bundles of wheat together. My bundle stood up, and your bundles of wheat gathered around mine. Your bundles bowed down to mine." His brothers said, "Do you really think you will be king over us? Do you truly think you will rule over us?" His brothers hated him even more now. They hated him because of his dreams and what he had said. Then Joseph had another dream. He told his brothers about it also. He said, "Listen, I had another dream. I saw the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowing down to me." Joseph also told his father about this dream. But his father scolded him, saying, "What kind of dream is this? Do you really believe that your mother, your brothers, and I will bow down to you?" Joseph's brothers were jealous of him. But his father thought about what all these things could mean. One day Joseph's brothers went to Shechem to herd their father's sheep. Jacob said to Joseph, "Go to Shechem. Your brothers are there herding the sheep." Joseph answered, "I will go." His father said, "Go and see if your brothers and the sheep are all right. Then come back and tell me." So Joseph's father sent him from the valley of Hebron. When Joseph came to Shechem, a man found him wandering in the field. He asked Joseph, "What are you looking for?" Joseph answered, "I am looking for my brothers. Can you tell me where they are herding the sheep?" The man said, "They have already gone. I heard them say they were going to Dothan." So Joseph went to look for his brothers and found them in Dothan. Joseph sold into slavery. Joseph's brothers saw him coming from far away. Before he reached them, they made a plan to kill him. They said to each other, "Here comes that dreamer. Let's kill him and throw his body into one of the wells. We can tell our father that a wild animal killed him. Then we will see what will become of his dreams." But Reuben heard their plan and saved Joseph. He said, "Let's not kill him. Don't spill any blood. Throw him into this well here in the desert. But don't hurt him." Reuben planned to save Joseph later and send him back to his father. So when Joseph came to his brothers, they pulled off his robe with long sleeves. Then they threw him into the well. It was empty. There was no water in it. While Joseph was in the well, the brothers sat down to eat. When they looked up, they saw a group of Ishmaelites. They were traveling from Gilead to Egypt. Their camels were carrying spices, balm, and myrrh. Then Judah said to his brothers, "What will we gain if we kill our brother and hide his death? Let's sell him to these Ishmaelites. Then we will not be guilty of killing our own brother. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood." And the other brothers agreed. So when the Midianite traders came by, the brothers took Joseph out of the well. They sold him to the Ishmaelites for 8 ounces of silver. And the Ishmaelites took him to Egypt. Reuben was not with his brothers when they sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites. When Reuben came back to the well, Joseph was not there. Reuben tore his clothes to show he was sad. Then he went back to his brothers and said, "The boy is not there. What will I do?" The brothers killed a goat and dipped Joseph's long-sleeved robe in its blood. Then they brought the robe to their father. They said, "We found this robe. Look it over carefully. See if it is your son's robe." Jacob looked it over and said, "It is my son's robe. Some savage animal has eaten him. My son Joseph has been torn to pieces." Then Jacob tore his clothes and put on rough cloth to show that he was sad. He continued to be sad about his son for a long time. All of Jacob's sons and daughters tried to comfort him. But he could not be comforted. Jacob said, "I will be sad about my son until the day I die." So Jacob cried for his son Joseph. Meanwhile the Midianites who had bought Joseph had taken him to Egypt. There they sold him to Potiphar. Potiphar was an officer to the king of Egypt and captain of the palace guard. Judah and Tamar. About that time, Judah left his brothers. He went to stay with a man named Hira. Hira was from the town of Adullam. Judah met a Canaanite girl there and married her. Her father was named Shua. And Judah had intimate relations with her. She became pregnant and gave birth to a son. Judah named him Er. Later she gave birth to another son. She named him Onan. Later she had another son. She named him Shelah. She was at Chizab when this third son was born. Judah chose a girl named Tamar to be the wife of his first son Er. Er was Judah's oldest son. But he did what the Lord said was evil. So the Lord killed him. Then Judah said to Er's brother Onan, "Go and have physical relations with your dead brother's wife. It is your duty to provide children for your brother in this way." But Onan knew that the children would not belong to him. Onan was supposed to have physical relations with Tamar. But he did not complete the physical act. This made it impossible for Tamar to become pregnant. So Er could not have descendants. The Lord was displeased by this wicked thing Onan had done. So the Lord killed Onan also. Then Judah said to his daughter-in-law Tamar, "Go back to live in your father's house. And don't marry until my young son Shelah grows up." Judah was afraid that Shelah also would die like his brothers. So Tamar returned to her father's home. After a long time Judah's wife, the daughter of Shua, died. After Judah had gotten over his sorrow, he went to Timnah. He went to his men who were cutting the wool from his sheep. His friend Hira from Adullam went with him. Tamar learned that Judah, her father-in-law, was going to Timnah to cut the wool from his sheep. So she took off the clothes that showed she was a widow. Then she covered her face with a veil to hide who she was. She sat down by the gate of Enaim. It was on the road to Timnah. She did this because Judah's younger son Shelah had grown up. But Judah had not made plans for her to marry him. When Judah saw her, he thought she was a prostitute. This was because she had covered her face with a veil. So Judah went to her and said, "Let me have physical relations with you." He did not know that she was Tamar, his daughter-in-law. She asked, "What will you give me if I let you have physical relations with me?" Judah answered, "I will send you a young goat from my flock." She answered, "First give me something to keep as a deposit until you send the goat." Judah asked, "What do you want me to give you as a deposit?" Tamar answered, "Give me your seal and its cord, and give me your walking stick." So Judah gave these things to her. Then Judah and Tamar had physical relations, and Tamar became pregnant. Tamar went home. She took off the veil that covered her face. And she put on the clothes that showed she was a widow. Judah sent his friend Hira with the young goat. Judah told Hira to find the woman and get back his seal and the walking stick he had given her. But Hira could not find her. Hira asked some of the men at the town of Enaim, "Where is the prostitute who was here by the road?" The men answered, "There has never been a prostitute here." So he went back to Judah and said, "I could not find the woman." The men who lived there said, "There has never been a prostitute here." Judah said, "Let her keep the things. I don't want people to laugh at us. I sent her the goat as I promised. But you could not find her." About 3 months later someone told Judah, "Tamar, your daughter-in-law, is guilty of acting like a prostitute. Now she is pregnant." Then Judah said, "Bring her out and let her be burned to death." When the men went to bring Tamar out, she sent a message to her father-in-law. She said, "The man who owns these things has made me pregnant. Look at the seal and its cord and this walking stick. Tell me whose they are." Judah recognized them. He said, "She is more in the right than I. She did this because I did not give her to my son Shelah as I promised." And Judah did not have physical relations with her again. When time came for Tamar to give birth, there were twins in her body. While she was giving birth, one baby put his hand out. The nurse tied a red string on his hand. She said, "This baby came out first." But he pulled his hand back in. So the other baby was born first. The nurse said, "So you are able to break out first." And they named him Perez. After this, the baby with the red string on his hand was born. They named him Zerah.